Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Little off the cuff video for you. Finals week is coming up, so I kind of need some stress relief. Building things takes the edge off for me. So, picked this up after seeing it at Walmart. I don't particularly care about Black Panther, but I did buy it with something in mind, as you will see later in this video. Buying a Lego kit is kind of an uncommon thing for me. Every year or two, I might buy one, just to, see where Lego is at nowadays. Last one I bought was to see what the mechs ball joints were like, and this has quite a few of those, which I think they've made improvements on them, if I'm not mistaken, which is cool because honestly, I haven't really been impressed with the mechs ball joint so far. I'm used to the I forget what they call it, the CSC or whatever, the bionicle ball joint, the cup and the ball, you stick them together and it works. Here they got studs attached to them, which is, it's a smaller scale, and you can kind of be more creative with them because you can stick actual Lego bricks on them. I don't know, I guess if you measure creativity by the parts combinations. Oh, this joint. This is the one part of the build that I was like, oh yeah, no, I would have rather just had a part with a ball joint on either side. Really hate having the hips staggered like that. It's not a big deal overall. Like in the final product, you can't really see the effects of that small, like, single plate stagger, but just knowing it's there, it bothers me. This kit was surprisingly fun to build, though. I expected more chunky parts in here. I know the more recent ones are having like whole limb brick type things where you can't build the elbow and have it bend and stuff. In this, it like for $10 you get, what is it, 124 parts and a pretty posable dude out of it, which that's amazing to me compared to what we used to get with I don't know, what was the parts count on Bionicle, like 50 parts? Maybe more around 30 or 40 parts actually, but not to compare this to Bionicle directly, it's a very different thing. It's actual Lego parts and stuff. But as far as buildable action figures go, what else am I supposed to compare them to? Magnetics Warriors or whatever the Mega Bloks thing was. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Metabots. No, this is a Lego product. We compared them to Lego things here, right? I guess the closest thing would actually be like Exoforce or Ninjago, because those are actual Lego bricks with ball joints. But I feel like this is a whole lot simpler in like the overall aesthetic. It's not a primo Lego IP here. This is just like Disney's Marvel Lego set, but they have some weird knockoff mech thing that's happening. I don't understand the lore here. Okay, Lego is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Why does Black Panther have a mech? That's what I want to know. Thanos too, like an Infinity Mech Gauntlet. It's pretty dope, but why? I don't know. Like I said, I don't really care about Black Panther, to be honest. I was pretty into Marvel when that got started up with Iron Man and whatnot. Fell off with Infinity War movies, I guess. Nowadays, I don't think I could watch any of it that's coming out currently. Though, I mean, I guess like WandaVision was at least interesting, Every episode was like an era of classic television, I guess. And she just, as she was going through life in the town and whatnot, that was actually pretty neat, like in concept and to actually see, because I've seen a lot of the old shows they portrayed on there, like Mary Tyler Moore, Dick Van Dyke, I Dream of Jeannie. I've seen a couple episodes of like the Brady Bunch and whatnot. Wasn't really into that when I had the classic TV station thing I watched, but anyways, cool concept. Didn't really care for the ending. And then in the Doctor Strange movie, she just her character frustrates me. Okay, that's kind of the reason why I don't watch like Falcon, or I don't know, did the Black Widow movie even come out? Or what was the other one? She-Hulk, right? I've heard nothing good about any of them, and I'm not even sure the Falcon one. I don't know. I never heard anything about the Falcon one, to be honest. Just steering clear of them. That's kind of my thought on Marvel at the moment. I don't know what's happening with DC. Like, full stop. I have no clue what is happening with DC. Superheroes are cool in general. I think Marvel used to be better at storytelling in movies, and DC in cartoons. But both of them fell prey to the multiverse thing, which just opens up, writers have all the freedom in the world and don't have to work around, a superhero's limitations and whatnot. They can just bring stuff out of left field. I don't know, that peeves me. Anyways, as I start to snap the joints on here, you'll notice I'll mess around with the actual like posability of it, and it is pretty flexible, I must say. What a presence that has. Not very stable though. Naturally, it stands much better on a flat hard surface, but that's the pose I had to give it for now. Not a whole lot of extra parts, but I think the ones they give you are the most likely to disappear. On to posability, this thing, its feet don't move that much. They can pivot back and forth slightly. His knee joints are kind of inhibited by his knee pad tooth thing, so they can't bend forward that much. They can bend out pretty far. As you see later, the pads on the like inside of his thighs prevent his legs from moving sometimes. Pretty impressive cake back though. I always love to see that Setskin Scorpion. The shoulders being a whole separate length of joint or whatever, it's a whole separate segment of the arm, I think works really well here. Gives you a ton more posability, and that's where you really want the posability in the upper body. Makes the hands really dynamic, which you're gonna see most in the mech. That can be opened. This guy doesn't really stick in there. He just kind of sets on a little stand or whatnot. Kind of seems like a little basic of a minifigure. Maybe that's just because it's like actually just black with some gold paint on it. I don't know. I don't know what a complex minifigure is. And here's him with his normal human head and hair. I found his hair finally. Overall, the actual mech itself looks pretty good on its own. This is the shoulder posability right here. I'm showing off arm posability, I suppose. You can see there's a lot of motion that you can have there. Unfortunately, you can't bend the the arm forward very much because of that tooth part. The hand has kind of a similar issue with the bicep pad thing. You can fix that by just turning the upper arm around and having the bicep pad face the back. But the optimal pose, I think, is this. You know, the Snatcher 3000. That's how you go after your enemies, right? That Ooga Booga Scooby-Doo looking villain pose. Another thing I wanted to mention is that these claws are some of the best claws, I think, that I've seen in a while. Just like basic, nice claws, good joints. Right, here I'm pointing out that the inner thigh pads sort of interact with the like crotch blockiness a little too much and prevent his legs from moving in certain ways. Like with the arms, you can just flip the thighs around. But I think that's kind of all I have to say on the model itself. It is a pretty good model. I don't know why they don't just make it like an action figure type thing. I think it would be cool to have like a, I don't know, a brick head or something on there. I don't need some custom molded spandex Spider-Man head type thing like the newer Spider-Man models have. Just, you know, some thing. Minifigures are cool and collectible, I guess, but I'm not really into that sort of thing. So, like, I guess there's that argument to be had. As to whether I would actually recommend this or not, I'm not sure. Like I said, I bought it for a specific purpose. You'll see that here in a second. It has good posability, but like realistically, the aesthetics of the kit, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if I would want to keep this on a shelf somewhere, you know. And if I do, it will not be in this form. I can guarantee you that. It turned out way better than I was expecting it to be honest. Man, obviously I don't have the proper scenery in my room, right? So we're making do. And the stop motion's a little shoddy, but gosh darn it. I'm actually pretty proud of that. Hope you guys like that. On screen right now, I'm just showing you the mod I did to the kit to put the Meta head on it with the mask and everything. I don't exactly have an abundance of Lego bricks lying around, so I just kind of used what I had. Main thing I was looking for is just the peg connector so I could stick that 2-axle in it. Shunk. I don't know, not a very impressive mod if I do say so myself, but I'm sure you guys can come up with something a little better. I actually do like this combination of like Lego bricks and classic Technic Bionicle parts. I would actually like to know what you guys think of this. Like, I realize it's a simple pleasure, but it's pretty cool to me. The one downside to this is that it is like, it does have the cabin for the mech, the like door hinge, whatever. So the head does weigh it down, and it does actually fall if you just set it there. So there's that. Also, Onua being the hunchback he is, can't really reach past his head very much. I came up with another parts configuration that allows you to have more proper proportions, I guess. Still looks a little weird. Obviously, you need to change the model a bit more than I do to make it actually look good. But I think it has potential, you know? You gotta take the door off, of course. But yeah, here's him with a more accurate head placement, I suppose. His arm actually extends past his face. Look at that. Still kind of looks like a bobblehead, but that's a problem for the future. For now, I gotta get to bed and do homework. See ya. Bye. Sayonara. Thump, thump, thump. I am in bed. I'm not doing homework yet, but I would really appreciate if you guys would like and maybe comment below on whether you like this format or not. I have no clue whether or not my commentary is interesting, but it's kind of what I can make currently due to university and work and just general taking care of myself. So as I said, if you do like it, please do leave a like and tell me if I'm doing a good job down below. I'll catch you later. Got some studying to do. Sayonara.